Good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you if you are joining me on either Football Worldwide or Inter Worldwide. It is much appreciated. My name is Anthony. It is an absolute pleasure to be here. Another day where I get to sit here on holidays, on break, and talk football. So thank you to anybody who's come through on any platforms. We've got 11 double digits straight away, which is nice. Thank you to anybody that's on my personal Twitter handle. If you do have a YouTube account, please come over to Football Worldwide and Inter Worldwide and subscribe and watch there. I'm actually looking forward to this because I don't get to talk about Champions League very often. I don't get to talk about European football very often in general, but it's always fun rocking a nice Dennis Bergkamp kit for the equation as well. Thank you to a couple of the Inter Worldwide loyalists in the house. Yes, the best league, bro. Best league, best league, only league. If every other league was to not exist today, the world of football would be saved because God saved the Queen, God saved the EPL. You understand? You know what I mean? Absolute peasantry stuff from all of their media, and a lot of their content creators as well. The pedestal that they sit on over there, Debbie can tell it even more. I mean, you're in Belfast. Like, what's up with people in England? Why do they think they're the best thing since sliced bread? Maybe, ironically, 90% of their diet consists of toast and sliced bread. So maybe that's why, but it's absolutely comical. I think that we're only looking at Aston Villa as the only English side in the European knockouts. Aston fucking Villa. All right. Let's do it. Let's have a little of a brainstorm here. Let's check it all out. And let's start from the top. Let me play around with some of these buttons. What's going on here? We got like different layouts and now because Brother Mo's just playing with the channel all the time. I love it. Look at these. Layouts galore. All right, cool. Let's just stick to this. So we go to start off. Absolute scenes in the quarterfinals. I'm filthy as fuck being an Inter fan because that should have been us right there. That should have been us right there in Borussia Dortmund's position, but alas, we are here anyway. Mate, Barcelona, what a shit show. Xavi complaining about referees as he does since he retired and forgot that, he wasn't meant to get every favor in the world like he did as a player. One of the most pussied around, stat-padded teams in history. Like, full credit to Guardiola and his team for being one of the most mesmerizing sides. But it legitimately helps when you rig European competition. And in my opinion, that's exactly what Barcelona did for many years. They rigged European competition. They rigged it. They cheated it. I hate them. And it's weird because, like, I think I do actually dislike/hate them more than Paris Saint-Germain. There's a bubble of teams that I really, really hate. A bubble of teams. I think everybody in the world has their bubble. Their bubble of teams that they hate with everything. Sorry, Vince, I didn't mean to wake you up from your nap. Everyone's got that little bubble of teams that they hate. And for me, it's naturally Juventus, AC Milan. But the sub teams right underneath that are those two, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. And I really like it when they both have to play each other in a European competition because it means one of them has to lose. One of them has to lose. Mbappe doing what he needed to do. And I think that we're all set up for the modern day Mbappe Classico. The Mbappe Classico being that Mbappe goes head-to-head with Real Madrid in the final. And regardless of how it finishes, City's in the second tier bracket for me, or maybe just edging on the first. I think they're just edging on the first. I'll have to censor that comment, Debbie. I can uncensor half of it, but I'm not even going to put it up. I'm not even going to put it up. That's it. I'm censoring you from here. How does it feel, mate? That's so dirty. That goes against everything I stand for. So I'll put it up for a second. Celtic are absolute scum. Fair enough. Yo, did Rangers have a chance to like go first with 2 games to go and bottled it at a team that looked worse than some park grounds that I've been to, Debbie? My dad sent me a link. I forget what the club was, like Ross something. Had Rangers won that game, would have they gone ahead of Celtic? Did they literally hand Celtic the title over the last week? I don't follow the Scottish Prem anywhere near as much as I should. In fact, it was just my dad giving me updates the last couple of weeks. Bayern versus Real is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. I cannot wait for that clash, actually. I think that's going to be... Bayern's really going to have their work cut out for him. Ancelotti is going to suffocate and choke So basically, Rangers went to Ross County, and all they needed to do was win, and they could have taken the title race to the last day, but they virtually just handed it to Celtic. Celtic barely need to kick a ball on the last day. That's just, oh my God, so stupid. You know what the thing is? Because I watched the highlights, Rangers, they looked gutted, but they didn't look heartbroken. And I guess that's the result of knowing that the league is going to be a 2-horse race every year. I guess that's the mentality of knowing you can be upset one day and be elated the next if you're a Rangers or Celtic fan. So I haven't got slides up or images up for everything. It's good that we've got 19 people here though, but there's only 2 coming in on the Football Worldwide YouTube channel. So if you are, this is why I'm doing it. The last year and a half has been good for Inter Worldwide. If you are watching on any of the Inter Worldwide platforms or my Twitter platform, come over to Football Worldwide YouTube, please, and subscribe. I know we got 3 new subscribers in the last few days. I'll keep doing content as long as I keep getting new people in here. Good morning, brother Adam. Good to see you as well, bro. And good to see Edson. Good to see Ayan. Sorry, bro. Ayanu. Sorry, my guy. Yeah, as I said, I haven't got slides for every game, but mate, talk about the heritage that everybody talks about, man. Like, you can even go behind in the shootout. And I knew that they were going to win it. I knew that they were going to win it even when Luka Modric missed that penalty. Luka Modric was awesome in that game, by the way, being able to help his side cope with that City pressure over the last stages of extra time. You know, he truly is a gem of a dying breed. And I don't believe for a second when people say that, you know, he didn't deserve a Ballon d'Or in his career. I think when you look back at how freely those Ballon d'Ors were given some seasons to certain men, I think Luka Modric states the claim as one of the most legitimate winners of the award, not the other way around, as contrary to popular belief. Anth, what's going on, my guy? Sorry for this morning's disaster. I'm going to touch on that in a second. I'm officially ready for Pioli to leave Milan at the end of the season. I'll come back to this comment. And yeah, because you guys were garbage. Massive respect from me. You are the only one I think is more Interista than me. Bro, if you're on Inter Worldwide, there's a gang of us that are all the same. I don't believe in this whole I'm more of an Inter fan with you. There is no superiority complex within our club. Like, I believe that. Of course there is. Like, fans always believe that they're better than others or they're more superior than others. But I don't believe that for a second. I do not believe that for an absolute second. You cannot sit here and try and claim yourself as a superior fan to absolutely anybody because everybody's different. Everybody's context is different. Everybody's timeline, reasoning, situation, you know. I know for a fact that the second star and the Scudetto to Inter means so much more to some fans than others. There's a lot of fans where they literally clocked off after we got eliminated to Atletico Madrid. I don't understand it. I understand that I don't understand it. Some of our more modern day fans, some of our fans when we got eliminated to Atletico Madrid are like, oh, we don't give a shit about the title now. We don't give a shit about the Scudetto. Bruv, we have been waiting to get this second star before AC Milan for years and years. This is the only thing that mattered to my club, to me. And if you go and ask the fans in Italy, in Milan, they'll tell you this is all that matters. So every fan contextually has their own expectations and experiences things differently. So yes, as Debbie says, you are fratelli. So no such thing as superiority in our club. We are brothers and sisters of the world. Thank you for subbing, man. It's good to get 25 people on these sort of streams. That's why I'm doing it, and I'm capitalizing on this channel. So yeah, football heritage and mentality more than anything. I mean, Jude Bellingham is a colossus. He's an absolute colossus. I think Eder Militao is such a good defender. Rudiger with balls of steel. The way he slots that penalty home as well. Like, he was the one, I think, that made the mistake on the Kevin De Bruyne goal. Not really mistake, you can call it. Just one of those moments where it falls to the wrong player. But mentality monsters. Carlo Ancelotti looks like he does this in his sleep when he's on the timeline. And he does, bro. He probably does. Football Worldwide, I think, has gotten a donation. Or Inter Worldwide, I forget which one. Can you let us know which one, CQ? And thank you so much, bro. I really, really appreciate it. It would have to be Inter Worldwide because this channel wouldn't have monetization. So thank you, brother. I really appreciate it. And I'll get to the Milan game in a second. This is a really good crew we got here today. So thank you, everyone, for coming in. You're making it all worth it. Subscribe to the Football Worldwide YouTube channel. And a big up to Debbie Kerr. 18 months, one of the day ones of Inter Worldwide. Thank you so much for being a channel member. So thank you to CQ and Debbie Kerr. Absolutely making my day today. Making my day, my Friday of the holidays. Never underestimate Don Carlo. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. 67% possession. They made it look like light work. They made it look like light work still, Madrid, up until they conceded. But despite the peppering, they're the most composed side in the world when their backs are against the wall. 33 shots to 8. Absolutely bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. Like, what the actual hell, Debbie? You're too generous. You already do too much. You already do too much for Inter Worldwide. Guys, a big round of applause for the Kerr Mafia. And I cannot wait to repay that favor because there's some good giveaways coming to the Inter Worldwide channel. So if you haven't subscribed to Inter Worldwide yet and you're loving Inter Scudetto run, if you're loving Inter Worldwide and if you're loving the Marotta League bullshit from the rivals, make sure you subscribe so you can catch yourself something on the flip. Catch yourself something on the free as well. Big up to Debbie Kerr and Ian Kerr. So much love for the Inter Club Belfast. Thank you so much. 9 shots on target to 3. So you can obviously see, despite the peppering, their conversion rate was still pretty crap. 18 corners to 1. What the fuck? 18 corners to 1. He finished the game 1-1. If those stats are in England, you expect a 6-1 result full time to Man City or 6-0. And they don't have a proper striker, But when you've got Vinicius and Rodrigo doing, striker and winger legwork for fun, and that new brother that's coming into them next season who's just as good, is it Endrick? Oh, bro, I was watching it for Palmeiras. He is unbelievably good as well. Like, what a way to build with Camavinga and Tchouaméni coming through the ranks, learning off the likes of Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. Valverde looking like his captain material in the side as well. Rudiger, Militao. Try and stop these guys. Try and stop them. Anyone in the world, try and stop them. If anything makes me feel better as an Inter fan, it's that I don't think we could have stopped them. I don't think anyone's going to stop them. I'm so happy English teams are out. I hate English fans. We all do, bruv. We all do. We all do. Big shout out to CQ and big shout out to Debbie Kerr for being 18 months with Inter Worldwide. And thank you so much for the generous donation. Absolute love as always. Bro, let's move on. Ha! This one made me laugh as well. So I know the donations have been generous, but we're going to keep this comment up here for now. Oh, my days. The Arsenal fans, you'll never get a better chance to stomp your authority and to stomp your name into history against this Bayern side. I mean, we can talk about, as Inter fans, we hold our hand up and go, that's a weak Atletico Madrid that we got out to. That's not the best Atletico Madrid. We should have gone out there. However, there will never be a better time to scalp a Bayern Munich level head than this one here. Not only do you have the biggest squad value at the moment, which in my opinion is still irrelevant in the modern game, especially when it's so small as, 1.8 million euros. I personally think that this was a golden chance for Arsenal to be able to look at the world, look at everyone and say, fuck you, up yours. We are actually back in the game. We are back here in the game, and it doesn't matter if we lose the semifinal 3-0 each side. We are back. We made the semifinals, and we are in the title race. Nah, bro. They have absolutely flopped their title race and their European race in the same week. And I feel privileged to be able to see it because in my line of work, I can't take Monday morning sleep for granted. I got to be at my job, crack of dawn level stuff for the younger generation of people. And I can't sacrifice sleep. So I've barely watched a Premier League game all season live. I go back and I watch very long extended highlights and match replays and 30 to 40 minute summary games of most of the big teams every week. But I've been able to watch them live I haven't slept in the last week and a half. And I've seen Arsenal's season and their fans just before their Premier League game against Aston Villa compared to now. It has capitulated in 6 days. In 6 days, it has capitulated. It has gone off the dick. What are you going to do, bro? I almost feel bad, but it's so expected that you can't feel bad. I got one really close mate that's an Arsenal fan, and he doesn't even care. That goes to show. That goes to show. He's one of the only fans that didn't get caught up in the hype, the Arteta hype, proper on the sideline, proper PTSD level, the way I am with Inter, Oh, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy stuff. Unlucky for Arsenal. You won't get that sort of opportunity again. You really won't. Is that it? Yeah, that's all the, what's it called? The slides I had prepared for the Champions League. We obviously saw Mbappe do his thing against Barcelona. Barcelona suck shit to Xavi. He will have to go off now and decide whether or not he wants to manage another club or whether he knows he was coasting off his own sort of legacy in that Barcelona seat. I think that Barcelona have done well to keep his squad very competitive over time. Not the best Barcelona squad you'll ever see, but still very competitive and good enough to make those Champions League quarterfinals. But a lot of work to be done at Barcelona. And I do think that you're going to see a bit of a chasm from here. I think Madrid's got Spain by the balls. I think Madrid has got Spain, Real Madrid, that is, has got Spain by the absolute balls for the next few years. And you know what? I'm not a Real Madrid fanatic, but I've always preferred them over Barcelona. So Hala Madrid, always, when it comes to Spain, always over Barcelona. Always, always, always. Thank you, Debbie, saying hit the subscribe, spend your time. Thank you so much. Yeah, we do what we can. We do what we can in the time we have. All love, all for the hobby, all for the love of this stuff. Nothing to gain but love and community here. What else we got? Even Liverpool. Yeah, I'm going to get that to a second, Reno, my brother. Well, you thought this was only Champions League. No. I got everything coming. Everything. Title is England's bomb out of Europe. Yeah, yeah, buddy. Premier League's still the best. I don't know if you're being serious or not, but I think always the UCL winner is always the best in the world. I think always. I would agree. Always the Champions League team is the best in the world. You can't fake that because, you have to adapt so many times, don't you? You need to adapt 6 times in the group stage for 6 different games, 3 of them in hostile locations. You adapt in the round of 16. You adapt in the quarterfinals. You adapt in the semis again. There's always been a debate, I think, between, people say, is it harder to win the league or harder to win a Champions League? But I think winning a Champions League is just the hardest thing in the world. The hardest thing in the world. And even when you do finish 6th, even when you do finish 6th in your league, it takes adapting. It takes adapting week in, week out to win. Sorry, not week in, week out. It takes adapting in multiple different locations and settings to win the Champions League. You have to go through so many good sides. I can't sit here and say that it's harder to go through the likes of Madrid or Paris, Dortmund, than it is to go through the likes of Luton, Burnley, Wolverhampton. But at the same time, a lot of people will argue that no, it's harder to be consistent over 38 games, which is why Chelsea won the UCL while finishing 6th. And I know that a lot of teams have gotten to the final while not really doing well domestically. But cuz I don't know why you're so upset. There's no English teams in the semi-finals, and that's that. They all bottled it against better teams. Yeah, we saw Madrid concede 36 goals. If they go through to the final and win it again, they're the best team in the world. It's as simple as that. You can argue all you want against it, but at the end of the day, City's gone out in the quarterfinals with their tails between their asses when they should have beaten City, but they didn't. So, and this is what I mean. This is the English superiority just coming up out of nowhere. And I know that you think that it's the best in the world, and that's great that you think that. But at the end of the day, you choke this season in Europe overall. You choke on the national stage every season. This English team, again, is built to win Euro 2024. If you don't win it this time, you'll be another joke and a choke. So it comes down to, it's winning. That matters. I don't care about who should have done this and what should have happened when. The winner celebrates and the loser complains, as we say in Italy all the time. So ex-Prem Life supporter, City are buying it, getting away with criminality. They're a great team on paper. They play beautiful football. But, how much did that save them against Madrid? Took them 12 minutes to concede a goal on the break and took them an hour to come back after that. But they had 36 shots. That's great, man. That's great. I put hot chips on my plate as well, and I just don't finish them. I decide to eat one and just leave it. Got to finish your dinner to be full. Had your time in the 90s. Because we are very well aware that we won't come back. Do you see anybody here putting Serie A on a pedestal? Go to my channel. You'll hear all fans of Serie A saying how crap we are. And the ironic part is that we still have enough history and still have enough heart and passion to compete. No Italian side's going to win the Champions League for a long, long time again. We're as close as it came last season. But at the end of the day, we don't turn around flapping our gums and pretending that we're the be-all and end-all of the world of football. Because a lot of the time when players succeed in the Premier League, they go overseas and they die in the arse because they can't adapt tactically to anything other than end-to-end football. It is what it is, man. I know your title race seems exciting on the surface, but there are plenty of holes in the English Premier League. You take away the glossy cameras, you take away the very, very, very good digital approach to the game and you take the fast pace away, it is what it is, man. It's just football. 100%. 100%. Are you talking about Inter last season? Of course we did. We had an easier run than average to get to the final. And at the end of the day, it's the finals that you don't win that you regret the most, in my opinion. But losing is part of life. Losing is part of football. I got my Scudetto Campioni 19 shirt hanging up there. That'll become a closet item in about 2 to 3 weeks' time and get swapped for Campioni 20 2-0. To see Inter win the second star is everything. If we get a dream run at Europe again, so be it. I'm not entitled. I don't think that we deserve it like that. I do think a lot of English fans think that they deserve to see their team win by default. You know, you guys open your cereal boxes and expect a trophy to pour out like a toy. I hope you're a Man United fan as well, because so am I. So am I, bro. Big time. Born. Not really born through family, but I started supporting Man United exactly at the same time I started supporting Inter. Exactly the same time. And this is why I like this platform, because it gives me an opportunity to sit here and say, holy shit, what a fucking catastrophe and a disaster and a mess and a disgrace that club has become on the English surface. The fact that you've had so many players of high caliber come through there in the last decade. I'd have to dedicate a whole segment just to talk about the names that have come through, from Falcao, Di Maria, Memphis Depay, Bastian Schweinsteiger, all the way through to Alexis Sanchez, all the way through to Paul Pogba, Anthony, and back again. It's been the most calamitous display in contextual relation to relative strength. To see Manchester United be where they are now is nothing short of disgusting. And I still can't believe the fact that the badge carries the brand name so heavy that the marketing side can take care of the fall from grace on the pitch. Any other club in the world, and I mean any other club except Real Madrid, would have fallen so much further than United have now. It's like they've got an invisible safety net that prevents them falling into the abyss. It's bullshit how they will be able to start next season still relevant, but they will be, because they're Man United. It's crazy. It's crazy. What's going on to Eduardo? 10 months. Let's go. Vamos, Eduardo. Vamos. We've got 32 people here right now, 15 of them on Inter Worldwide. If you haven't subscribed to Football Worldwide yet, you need to go over there. I need to reschedule the Inter Worldwide stream. I was going to go on Inter Worldwide in 5 minutes. That's not going to happen. Give us a tick. Do I even get a chance to reschedule it? Oh, I can't re-edit it. That's an absolute shame. That is an absolute shame. That's all right. We might just have to can that one, eh? We will can this, because I cannot edit the time on the next stream. So what we will do is we will can it, and I will delete it all. And then if I've got time, I will make another one. I will make another one. Just be patient with me for 30 seconds while I sort this out. I didn't expect to hang around this long on here. All right, cool. And that should be okay. Brilliant. I still do want to jump in. I still do want to jump on Inter Worldwide after this, though, because it was something that I did want to do to talk about the derby. So let's stick around here for about another 10 to 15, hopefully. And then we'll flick on over. So anybody that's watching on Inter Worldwide right now, which is 20 of you, 23 of you, actually, that's very nice. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, because I'm heading straight over there to do derby conversation. And if you are on Inter Worldwide, come and subscribe here to Football Worldwide, please, because we've gotten 3 new subs in the last 2 days. Who knows? We might be able to get 5, 6, or 7. And please share it around. If you're on my Twitter, retweet it. I'm only going to have the motivation to keep doing this if I see that people are engaged, which is a horrible way to approach it. But no, we should still be doing it. And 100%, bro, we should have gone through and we should have beaten Dortmund as well. But it's the Champions League, bruv. It is what it is. This is Inter as well. We've bombed out against Villarreal and Valencia when we should have gone through as well. I'm an Inter fan through and through. Black and blue blood, bro. I know exactly what I expect from this team every single season. What's good, my brother? What's good? Thanks for coming through. And it's been a good show, bro. It's been a good show. It's had some really good engagement. Graveyard for talent, even though not graveyard for talent. Wow. That's good. Graveyard for talent. Shit. Just how did Man United earn 50 points? One go. I have no idea, bro. We need Inter back, baby. Yeah, Inter's here, bro. Inter's here, Minerals. Not to stress. Because what would you rather, bro? Would you rather have a season so good that you can clock off in April, or you want to fight tooth and nail for your expectations and your accolades until the last day? Can't happen. Won't happen. Okay? All right. Give me 1 sec, guys. Oh, gee. Who do I support for the win? As in for the Champions League win? I'm going for Madrid, Real Madrid. I like Real Madrid, bro. Out of all the teams there, like even over Dortmund. I like Madrid. I like Real Madrid. What do you want me to say, bro? From a young age, I looked at the Galacticos. I'm like, I can't support them because even as a young person, I knew in my head, I'm like, Anthony, Inter and Man United. Even as like a 12-year-old, I'm like, this isn't good. This isn't the way it's supposed to be. You can't just bring in a Real Madrid in that equation as well. You can't do anything like that. So I'm like, no. I'll admire them from a distance, but I'm not going to call myself a fan. When it gets down to the sucker punch of the last teams in Europe and it comes down to a bracket like this, hello Madrid, man. What do you want me to say? Sorry. What's going on, Rosemary? Forza Inter. Inter love coming in as always. Hoping for an Atalanta Roma final. Yeah, come on. Subscribe everywhere. I'm sorry to hear that you're sick, bro. I'm sorry to hear, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. Anyway, I've got to get a move on if I'm going to do 2 streams today because this is actually turning into a madness. There's 41 people here right now, majority of them on the Inter Worldwide YouTube and my personal Twitter. Please retweet, comment anything that else you'd like to see. What's going on, Jamie? Thanks for coming in. And let's move on to the Europa League. These were the halftime scores, but nothing really changed too much. Leverkusen ended up 1-1 and Marseille went 1-0 into extra time. And it ended 2-1 between Roma and Milan. The semifinals are set. Upsets galore, bro. Upsets galore in a sense that Roma were underdogs against Milan. You know, European DNA, this, that. Let's start with that one. Let's go to the Milan boys in the chat. If you're still here, CQ and Anth, big up. But it's time for a little bit of a smoking. Poo. Let's do it. Where are you? Where are the boys? Yeah, never underestimate Don Carlo. CQ coming in with the donation. Oh my God. I'm officially ready for Pioli to leave Milan at the end of the season. We played like shit versus Roma and came out with no sense of urgency. And it's inexcusable. The approach was inexcusable. And I guess that's why you've got the images from your Curva Sud afterwards calling over the Milan players to talk to them. In my opinion, that loses its effect after the first time. You can't keep doing that. And your ultras have started to make that a little bit of a habit of thinking that they have more of a voice than members of the club. And this can have a detrimental effect when players in your club do not identify with the club passionately. Maldini, Masara, Tonali, all these players that have left, Ibra, who's still on the outskirts, the Milan DNA is weak. The same way the Juve DNA is weak. See, Inter's DNA is strong at the moment, which is what is keeping us head above water as well. The players are bleeding through the front. They bleed through the front. I can't say the same. You've got a great group of athletes. Pulisic is incredible. Loftus-Cheek is great. I like Chukwueze. I like Okafor. Your team's good, but they're not in love with the club. Neither is Rafael Leao. Neither is Theo Hernandez. They're in love with themselves more. And right now, you're going to see what, in my opinion, I know they won the Italian League a couple of years ago, but it's been teetering for the last couple of years, teetering on a lack of self-identity. And I do think you're going to see it collapse a little bit next season. I think it's time for Milan to do a slight rebuild because unless they can hold their own, Inter's going to whoop their ass in this derby. And I don't say this shit very often. I'm pessimistic. I'm so pessimistic that even though I think Inter's going to win, I'll still go to Bet365 and negative gear us with a Milan victory. But the way that Milan approached this quarterfinal, it was just piss weak again. It was piss weak. And I watched it, and I knew that De Rossi and Roma would have the slight heart advantage. You've got the home ground advantage, and that Roma crowd is one of the most beautiful crowds in the world. It's probably, hands up as an Inter fan, not easy for me to say this, but I do think the Roma fans just might be the most special in the country. They were always going to go through today. They were always going to go through today, especially with, these horrible events that are out of our control, the collapsing of their player. It just galvanized them more. Can AC Milan use this embarrassment, having to face their curva again, and go on and beat Inter in the derby and save their season? I don't know, cuz. I don't know. Time will tell. Did I get any comments relating to Milan? Inter massacre? Oh, let's see. I hope so. I hope so. Thank you very much. Debbie's gifted a membership to someone. We've got 48 people here. If you told me I'd have 48 people here today for Football Worldwide, that would be crazy. That's awesome. A lot of them coming through on Twitter as well. Appreciate it. All right. I wanted to talk a little bit about this one, though. This one was good. To see Liverpool lose 3-0 at Anfield was fucking peak, bro. Absolute peak for my boy Alex, who came in with a little bit of fire, but we've simmered that a little bit. He's our boy. We love Alex. Yes, we do. We love Alex. How about you? But how about this one, Alex Cuz? Come on, bro. You're a United fan. Sit on our side of the fence for this one. Atalanta went to Anfield and smacked their mums, cuz. They are absolute. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. Oh. Alex, are you in England? Or do you know a lot of Liverpool fans? How are they taking it? I'm 31 now. Unfortunately, I know a lot of Liverpool fans, but I'm not on the banter level that I used to be. Like, if this was high school time for me, it'd be warfare in high school. You throw freaking fruit across the playground at the rival fans, bro. But, oh my goodness, I didn't expect it. I did not expect for Atalanta and Gasperini to go and end Jurgen Klopp's time at Liverpool. I cannot believe that Gasperini, we know they're tough. We know Gasperini and Atalanta are tough. We all know that when you really, really break it down, your trip to Bergamo is a top 3 tough trip in the country. If Atalanta are a top 4 to top 6 side that season, Bergamo's probably your toughest away trip for any team in the league. It's probably your worst away trip. I told my best mate midweek just before the second leg, I go, I'm just letting you know Bergamo is Italy's Anfield. It might not be as big, but I swear to God, it's just as loud. Bergamo really is Italy's Anfield in a way. Liverpool went there today, scored in the 7th minute, and Atalanta were just like, bruv, do your worst. Do your worst. 1-0. That's it. That's it. Mate, goodbye to Liverpool. Goodbye to Jurgen Klopp. Can he win the title race now? I don't think so. City's out. They're just going to win every game by 17 goals. So, unlucky, Jurgen. Marseille. Everyone knows how much I love Benfica. If there's any leftover peri shaker fries from that legendary day where we reacted to the Champions League draw, what was it, a year and a half, almost 2 years ago now, please let me know that you're still around, and I promise to stop hating. If you're still around, promise, and I promise to stop using every chance I have to hate on a team that I really don't care about. I have nothing really against Benfica, but now I do because I'm petty like that. And for anyone who's watching who's new, basically a year and a half ago, we did the reaction to the quarterfinal draw of the Champions League, not this season, last season. And when Inter drew Benfica, I made a very humble video. I'm like, we're very happy with the draw against Benfica. This is a very winnable tie. And then it was just an extra large Nando's family meal in my comments of just, we haven't lost a game all season. Do you understand who you're coming up against? It was quite disrespectful. And I just laughed at it because I thought, well, all right, let's see what happens. After they made that comment, they lost in the league to Porto. I believe, or they got knocked out in their domestic cup to Porto. Then we beat them at the San Siro. Then we beat them in Portugal. Or wait, they beat us in Portugal, but were eliminated on aggregate. I don't know. Or we drew in Portugal and they were eliminated on aggregate. And then they bowed out of the Portuguese title race. I don't think they've actually recovered from it since because they haven't won a trophy, I don't believe. This season, they're going to lose the league to Sporting Lisbon. They redrew Inter in the group stage of the Champions League. We knocked them out. They were leading 3-0 to us, and we caught them 3-3. I was live for that as well, driving to work. Poetic as fuck. And now here they are, going out in the quarterfinals to Marseille when they, on penalties, lined up with Joaquin Correa and Jeffrey Kondogbia. Sometimes I truly believe we do live in a simulation because you can't write shit like this. You cannot write shit like this. Good riddance to Klopp and Liverpool. Benfica stole Truben enough to dislike them, bro. Enough to just dislike their fans altogether. Whatever. I'm petty. And I don't even have a reason to hate, but I'm just hating. I'm just hating for fun. City is winning that league the next 5 years. Yeah, scary to think that they will, bro, to be honest. Thanks for coming in, WSK. Always here. We won at their stadium and we drew them at San Siro. There you go. Sorry, my guy. Oh, I could see how relevant it was. Thanks for coming in, Edson, as well. So Marseille through to the semis. They're the team that we're going to have to hope wins, I think, this whole thing. Inter fans, because if they do, if Marseille wins, Joaquin Correa has to stay at Marseille. Yes, they are a team at a jumbo sale. Yeah, it's you know who does this all the time as well, but just does a better job of doing this? Galatasaray. They find a bunch of misfits that have got the talent and just know for a fact that, oh, you guys try a bunch of shit in all your other leagues. Come to a club like Galatasaray in Turkey. We'll sort you out discipline-wise. Our fans will make sure you're sorted for a little bit. I think that's what Galatasaray does well. I think Marseille does it to a degree. I could be wrong here. I'm just sort of taking a punt in the park here. But the jumbo sale hasn't worked domestically, as it shouldn't and wouldn't in a sustainable league, but it's always going to have a little bit of a crack at a knockout comp. And now that they're down in the last 4, it's anyone's game. So there's a clause in Joaquin Correa's loan from Inter that if he goes to Marseille, he has to stay with them. And that would be good because I have a feeling Inter's whole attack is getting a big ramp up next season. And I'll talk about that in the Inter Worldwide Live. If they win, I'm happy to gift Arnautovic to them. Yeah, fucking oath. He can go there as well. When it comes to Milan, I think it's time for Giroud to leave. Definitely. It's time for Kiar to leave. Definitely. And we have to invest in the defense because it's been crap. Definitely. Well said. Nail on the head. 3 out of 3 there. You also got to sacrifice one of Leao or Magnan, in my opinion. I would keep Magnan. I would get rid of Leao. Liverpool fans turn against them with their virtue signaling. Deserve to be slapped purple-handedly. My loyal heart. Fuck the EPL. Yeah, I know that there's a lot of Liverpool fans that are unhappy with the culture at their club and the fact that it's become like a tourist club, as people call it. I know that for a fact a lot of fans are upset. We've been going for 43 minutes, and this was a Football Worldwide intended stream. So thank you so much for anybody, if anybody did actually come over. I apologize for the Facebook booking for Inter Worldwide because that's been deleted now, I think. But what I'll do is I'll just take a really quick break after this stream, and I'll come straight back. So keep an eye out. I don't know what time it is in half the places that people are. Roma and Milan, we already discussed that. Roma through. Paulo Dybala has played like 50% of their games, and he's still their MVP of the season. Talented as shit. The one that no one cares about, of course, is the Conference League, Europe's Wish.com competition. But I love seeing these big clubs still get a shot at making it. I don't know if the scoreline, I don't think the scoreline's changed going into extra time. The PAOK and Club Brugge game obviously didn't need extra time, but Fenerbahce Olympiacos did. Olympiacos went through on penalties, which is really bizarre. Really bizarre. Wait, why have we got Fiorentina in here as well? Have I got the wrong halftime, full-time fixtures up or the wrong club somewhere? It's just because of today's games. Sorry, I didn't get the other 2 fixtures up from yesterday. My bad. But either or. I did know that Leonardo Bonucci missed a penalty for Fenerbahce, which I find hilarious. But yeah, Forza Edin Dzeko. I'm not too sure how many minutes he got. Bruv, Fiorentina are probably going to choke because I think that they're going. No, I think that they're going to go through to the final. Yes, what's going on, Ian? My pissed brother, snore away. I do think that Villa goes through against Olympiacos, and I do think Fiorentina goes through. So Aston Villa, Fiorentina, like that'll be a dope final. You can't tell me that wouldn't be an absolutely awesome final. I'm glad to see the end of this slideshow because what I really need to do now is I need to jump off and I need to hit Interworld right up with another stream. So what time is it now? It's 10 past 11. I'm going to book it in for 20 past 11, 8 minutes time. I think I can get that sorted, take a bathroom break and get a bottle of water. So thank you everybody that came through to this. It was actually really, really enjoyable to be able to do. I need to redo a stream for Interworld Wide. I'll be over there in 10 minutes. So stick around. Ciao.